Hi everybody, my name is Alex and this is my Kawasaki Zephyr 750 from 1991. I am on a promise to restore and ride this motorcycle. It's got kind of a sad story behind it. I guess the original owner has passed away now, and the deal was I'll give you the motorcycle for nothing. I'll give you the keys, the logbook, you can take it all, but you've got to restore it and ride it. So who was I to say no to that offer? What I know so far is the tank's off of it because it's rusty. I have got oil in the engine, although it's murky. You can see there's oil, so this is great. I don't know if the engine rotates yet. I don't know if it's seized. I haven't pulled any of the spark plugs off. So we've yet to find out whether it's an engine out of the frame job. This motorcycle comes with every crusty dead spider and crusty electronics that you'd ever want. I really need to clean this chassis up. Round headlight with chrome binnacles is so doing it for me. When I first saw the cover come off of this motorcycle, I actually saw that tip of the exhaust first, and then the rest of the cover came off and I saw the chrome binnacles, and I was just like, this is gonna work. Most of the other Zephyrs that I have seen are running plastic binnacles, the black plastic ones. So this looks lush to me. 29,955 and half a mile is as far as this motorcycle has traveled in its life. So yeah, chrome and a round headlight. Ooh, that is exciting. And here's a sorry sight. Well, I was on eBay and a chap on there was selling 3 indicators for a Zephyr for £25. So I made him an offer of 20 and they're winging their way to me now. Fork seals need to be done and these need re-chroming. Really not the most important job right now. The engine is looking wholesome and it's not leaking oil, so that's great. This is an oil cooler, so it's a radiator for engine oil, not coolant. So although a lot of modern motorcycles have these fins like a air-cooled effect, this is a proper air-cooled motorcycle with twin overhead camshafts, and all that does is cool the oil. I was told before this motorcycle went into storage that it had been serviced, and this fuel filter seems to say that's true. The carbs are crusty and have been weeping, so I guess the motorcycle was stored with its fuel in it. Again, I haven't pulled the plugs off for the HT leads. I just haven't had a chance until now to kind of get to know this motorcycle. You can see why I want to clean up the frame of the bike, and everything's just unloved, untouched. I had to take the battery out, so I took off the snorkel for the airbox. It's a bit of a faff on these. And every Tom, Dick and Harry's been partying in there. I've got dead flies and bugs and all sorts of stuff. Grim. So it's in a sorry state. I'm sure that you've seen much worse jobs that need recommissioning on YouTube, but this is mine. So this is what I was given and what I want to work with. Trivia time. It was a Bridge Exeter motorcycle at some point in its life. I'll give thought to contacting Bridge. I'm actually there tomorrow, but I doubt they'll have any information on it because of GDPR in the United Kingdom and Europe. So you're not allowed to give away any information. And to them, I'm sure this is just a Bogo standard Kawasaki that really doesn't have a lot of interest for them. But to me, this is everything. It's a naked sports bike. I think it was 75 horsepower when they were new. Top speed 125 miles an hour. That is fast. The front calipers are binding quite badly, so it's taken some effort just to push the motorcycle into this position to be able to show it to you. I had every intention of going and finding a hill and then sticking the bike in 5th gear and then just rolling it down and letting the clutch out just to see if the engine would actually rotate, because I don't know if it's seized. It could be. But I've tried pushing the bike and I've got it this far, and I think this is far enough really. I need to whip those calipers off, and I don't fancy going downhill with the front calipers not working with no front brakes. But I really just wanted to give you guys a bit of a deeper dive and a closer up look at this Kawasaki project. And it's important to me. It's important to me to bring this old motorcycle back, put it back on the road, rather than it just be split for parts, and keep my promise. So it does have alloy wheels. I am currently looking for spoked wheels, but for the moment it's got alloys. I'll just keep my eyes open on the internet. You never know what might come along. I was also told that the motorcycle has or was experiencing electrical issues. That was for the fuel sender in the tank, which is, the tank itself is in such a terrible state. I'll insert a quick video here. Bit of light preparation on the Zephyr tank. They are known for this. So I've got it on something soft. Just going to start by taking anything that easily comes off. This is nylon. And now you can see what I have to deal with. That's just surface rust. Once we open the tank, it's so I have chemicals on their way in order to help me get rid of the rust in the tank. So I have looked the bike over. We've got the rear brake weeping, so you can kind of see why I don't want to take it down a hill, just to see if the engine will rotate. I've got a battery on its way, so I know I've got oil in there, which is great. I don't know if the clutch works. I don't know if the engine's seized or not. If I have to, I will take the engine out, because compared to my 70s Honda CB750, that is going to come out of the frame. It's going to come out. On the CB750, it's a complete nightmare. On the CB750, you're literally putting like a 2x4 through here, and one person on one side, one person on the other, and you're kind of manhandling this massive lump out. That looks a lot easier. So we got ourselves some problems here. That's kind of dangerous. The machine's not road ready, so it would be illegal to take it out on the road, but there is a private hill nearby. I just don't fancy using the rear brake with it leaking, or disconnecting the front calipers, because I'm in a rush. A few days from now, I'm going to have a battery. Once the battery's connected, I can do some electrical checks, and then we can crank it and just see if we get anywhere. It's a lovely shade of blue, although you couldn't tell right now because it's covered in about 10-15 years worth of rust. And atypical, all of the indicator stalks have cracked. Still got to find a mirror for it. So this is all simple stuff here. I mean, the mirror is not important right now. Does the engine, I mean, the way I can put it to you is, so in the center here, that's where the cam chain runs, so it won't take too much to do a top end rebuild on an air-cooled motorcycle. But if I find that we have gearbox issues or anything as serious as that, I'll have to give second thought to this job. You can see it's a little oily there. Starter relay, CDI ignition, and the Kawasaki daily safety checks. Where would you be without your Kawasaki daily safety checks? I'm so excited because it's a Kawasaki and it's got that 4-in-1 Motad Nexus exhaust system. I don't know if it's jetted for it though. So will it run? That would be cool. What will it sound like? This is going to be really exciting. Is it jetted for that exhaust? So if I buy a carb rebuild kit, what's going to happen is, if I buy a carb rebuild kit with jets, it's no longer going to be jetted for that 4-in-1. Let's find out. We're going to go on this journey together. Fork seals and stuff. I mean, it's really not super important to me right now to even look at the calipers until I know what the state of play is with this cooled engine. I think this has got to go, hasn't it, really? I'm not really into that. I'm so excited, so excited. This is a beautiful, will be a beautiful motorcycle when I've finished with it, especially when it's got its tank and its seat on it and you can see it in all of its lovely glory. I don't know about the rear rack, whether that will make it, and I'm thinking about pinstripes. Oh, you've got to have pinstripes on a Kawasaki, but for the moment I know where I am with this motorcycle, which is I'm working on the tank. I've pressure tested the tank now and I've got pressure, so it's not leaking, which is great. Tiny little spot welds, so nothing too exciting on there, just a couple of pinholes. This is an epic project. I know on YouTube you've seen much worse bikes and all that sort of stuff, but this isn't where I've just gone and yanked something out of a hedge. I'm on a promise to bring this back from the brink and ride it. You never know. The spirit of its previous owner might be a pillion type. They might come for a ride. Wouldn't it look fantastic with wire wheels? Spoked, oh my gosh, steel spoke wheels. Anyway, that's all for the future. Thank you very much for your time in watching my really long video and looking at all the crust that I have to deal with. I'll do more videos and hopefully you'll all come along for the ride and we'll be on this journey together where we see if we can resurrect this beautiful Kawasaki Z750. Just so many things I need to figure out. I don't think they're original, I don't know. I need to start looking at Kawasaki Zephyrs that are for sale and seeing if these are original or what's the deal with them. Are they just aftermarket and there's nothing in here? I mean, why is there adjustment? There's so much to learn and I really need to hear this exhaust running. Good brand in its time. I mean, I would have liked a Micron 4-into-1. Anyway, thanks for watching and can't wait to show you the next video.